You want the audio? Oh, you got it.
Summer Walker says, Mark, Elevation said you trying to steal my show from me.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Elevation. He's right. He's 99% wrong, but
I don't have it. Go ahead and play the audio. I don't have the audio.
Send it to me, Mark.
I thought I had the audio.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. So I was just minding my business yesterday. Had a couple of yards, so I tended to them. And I'm listening to the podcast on one of them. And around the 2:37 mark, or the 2 hour and 37 minute mark, Joe mentions my name. I'm like, oh, snap. And instead of being hyped, because this is a main pod drop, shout out, reference, whatever you want to call it, instead of being hyped about that, I'm listening to what my name is being mentioned for. And Joe said, Mark, Elevation said you trying to take my show from me, man. What? And to further reference this, Mark was, quote unquote, doing a segue. Hey, do you have the audio, nigga? Because if you don't have the audio, I have it. That's why I let the clip play a little longer. Parks was like, send me the clip, Mark. So Joe was referencing the last time I spoke on that, when Mark was trying to segue a topic. Part of the show. Hey, I've been really feeling a part of the show, and I was seeing where your eyes were wandering, so I'll move the topic forward myself. I don't need your assistance. I don't need your help. And I know it sounds like a joke, and hell, I see a lot of y'all turning on me again. Oh, he's doing another hate piece on Mark. Guys, I don't hate Mark. As soon as I heard this, I'm going to be all the way honest with you. As soon as I heard this, I text Mark. I'm like, damn, nigga, I'm 99% wrong all the time. I have a rapport in real life with Mark, guys. I know this parasocial relationship and things of that sort, it can get tricky. And whenever I critique someone, especially if I'm going ham on them like I used to do to Melissa, it can seem like I hate them or I have some type of animus towards them, and I don't. So I just want to get that clear. But it doesn't mean what I'm speaking on has no value, has no substance, because the last time Joe did this was when I was talking about Flip and the alpha male battle. And although Flip was trying to deny it, he admitted to it himself. At one point in time, I was. I know everything Joe says in jest is a joke to most, but y'all know how I feel when it comes to this. I pay attention to what Joe says in jest as this is what he really means. This is what he really wants to tell you. And of course, COE, right? Everything's fake that's given to us, but for whatever reason, we soak this shit up. And we'll still comment on everything else they talk about. Whenever they're talking about artists and the artist bickering, we'll talk about them speaking on that. But everything holds no substance. At one point, or at certain points, Joe's going to start harping down on the business side of things. And he's going to start harping down on the boss side of things. I, personally myself, don't want to see it happen on air. I just want to see the changes that come from the movements of a boss. And not him himself. I'm talking about him and everyone else. I want him to be able to instill something at the workplace and everybody follows because they respect the workplace. And Joe is constantly speaking on that. So this is a bigger issue than Mark trying to take Joe's show. If Mark wasn't as talented as he was, if Mark didn't have the intellect that he has, there's no way I would be saying he's taking over the show, because y'all are also getting on me for boosting Flip up. And y'all know how often I get on Flip's ass. But now y'all are saying I'm doing the same to Mark. But Joe himself is calling to exactly what I'm saying. So why is this? He's feeling what it is. He already knows. But once again, I don't want to see it happen on the public platform. I want it to happen behind the scenes, and they just follow the rules that have been implemented. Because once again, Joe says this shit all the time, and we always say white companies, but we need to just start saying major companies. They don't view Joe as a major company. Because if they were a conglomerate and they said you can't be on your fucking phone, hell, when I used to work at UPS back in the day, you couldn't even go in the warehouse with your phone. So imagine if you're getting paid millions of dollars a year, or according to them, $250,000 a year. They tell you to leave your phone in your car at your crib, you're going to do so. But they don't do that up here because Joe is their friend. But Marc said in one of his interviews that him and Joe haven't been friends. Or maybe it was on his Patreon. Him and Joe didn't start off as friends. They had a working relationship and they built rapport, and they're continuing to build rapport over time. So yes, Marc can say whatever he wants. Flip can say whatever he wants. I can say whatever I want. But at the end of the day, Joe's actions are going to tell us how he really feels. But speaking of Marc's talent, did y'all see the season finale of the Ian and Marc show? And yes, I did say the season finale of the Ian and Marc show, because I am going to give praise and speak on future endeavors pertaining to this show if y'all haven't seen it. So I won't have any spoilers in this episode. Y'all go tune into the Patreon, and yes, every new episode I post will be free for at least the first 6 hours. As soon as I post a new video on Patreon, it gets moved behind the paywall. You have been warned. I will speak further on the movements, but I do find it very telling that this is the season finale and we had already missed 3-4 episodes. I'm not going to speak on the marital, and I don't even want to say issues because it's not an issue. I told y'all when Podwives was coming on, which is another show that has taken an extremely long hiatus, that once Jules and Ian had this baby, Jules was the more dominant one. It was going to make sure Ian stayed his ass home. And of course, this is Ian's first child as well, so he wanted to spend that time. But, all of that got pushed aside, and now I'm starting to see the money plays involved and why the prices are raising. This episode gave us the insight that we needed to see going forward, especially with the quote-unquote pool that they were able to show on this episode. Who else does Ian know? Because this is the man that's able to get the connects that he has. This is the man that's been able to get a lot of old school legends. A lot of the older school legends. So this is something that we got to pay attention to going forward. And one quick side note, I saw that it was produced by, of course, the Joe Budden Network. But then I saw a TTT. It's very interesting. But y'all let me know. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rocking over here. We already know what it is. We're going to keep this thing moving. I appreciate all the support. See y'all a little later. Peace.